Hi, I'm Tom. I'm running the Instagram account, Tom's Lawn. I normally work as a software engineer in an aerospace test rigs company, and I got into lawn care during the COVID period when we were all locked inside and it's trying to find something new and creative to do, and something that's very different from my existing job. So I've been doing this since COVID sort of took place. I tend to aim for a mixed seed type. I like fescues because they give a much finer feel and they tend to look much nicer. You lose a bit of stripiness with it and a bit of definition, but generally a much fuller feel to the lawn. I'm on a yearly scarifying and verticutting sort of regime, which I tend to do around March, April sort of time, and then I'm a mixture of liquid and granular feeds to keep it going throughout the entire year. So I've got involved in trialling the Cambridge with Allett. I come from a big engineering background in aerospace, which has very high-end requirements to meet the customers' requirements, because aerospace is very important. So I could give really good feedback on how the mechanical and electrical components work within the mower, as well as actually being able to use it as a machine to be able to stripe all the grass up. So normally during a week, I'll cut this lawn 2 to 3 times, depending on how well it's growing and what the weather's like. I'm aiming for 20 millimeters at the moment, which is what this is sat at, but I have been all the way down to 10 with the Cambridge and maintained 10 with the Cambridge with a 10 blade cartridge, and you get really good stripes even with this machine at that low level. So I've gone from a push mower, an 8-bladed web push mower, which is the Web Witch, which does provide a really good cut, high cut per meter, to this. When you're cutting really low at 10 mil, which was sort of was around that area, the 10 blade gave a fantastic cut, and then when I added in the lawn rake as well on top of that, it helped really give the stripes a much better definition. What I was taking to do 3 or 4 runs with a push mower, I was getting 1 or 2 runs with the Cambridge to get the same level of definition. So the Cambridge has a double bar system. You've got the front one here, which is used to control the main motor spinning up and start the cylinders off, and then the rear bar here to move the mower back, drive the mower forward. The curvature on the handlebar system allows it easy tilt, and it allows you to easily tilt and keep the blades engaged, and also move the rollers over so that you can easily steer around corners. And because they've got the balance well between the drive chain system across the front of the mower here and the battery, means the distribution on the weight on the back of the roller is easy, which makes tipping and turning and rotating really simple. They've moved to the new grass type bags Allett have, which are all vented, nice and light, easy to empty. There's no restrictions in here, so they're really good to use, and they just simply clip on a couple of brackets on the front, which is simple to fit in and take off. And then the great feature on this one is you can just remove 2 bolts out of here now, and this whole cartridge assembly comes straight out. Swap it over for the next one, and you're looking at a couple of minutes turnaround time to go from, say, a scarifier cartridge back to your cylinder. So the Cambridge uses the Greenworks 40 volt range. This has got a 4 amp hour battery in it, and I have 50 square meters, and I've done about 3 or 4 cuts on this, and I've only used half the battery. So the battery life is really good. Obviously the harder work that it will do, the more battery it will use, but generally day-to-day cutting, especially if it's on a maintained lawn, you're going to not use the battery very much. I tend to charge it once, pop it in, and I'll do 3 cuts on that before I take it out and then recharge it again. So I've also been trialling the vertical cartridge in the Cambridge. This is a vertical cutting system, and what it does is it allows us to cut through the lawn in a vertical way to catch different pieces of grass that grow sideways. So that's your stolons and your rhizomes. So things like these will be cut across to stop all the buildup of that, and then it helps get more air and more water into the canopy to allow you to be able to get a much stronger, healthier grass. So a new feature on this is that we now have actual millimetre reading on the height of cut gauge. So as you're adjusting the height of cut, you can see it in an actual numeric format, which makes it really easy for knowing exactly what height of cut you're doing. Would I recommend the Cambridge to others? The answer is yes. The machine is absolutely brilliant and worth every penny. The stripes it gives is really good. The versatility of all the cartridge system that you're getting, the battery life is extremely good for the amount of lawn care average lawns that people are having, and it's well built in the UK as well, which is important, and yeah, it's all around really versatile and really good, and it folds down nicely for storage too.